Hello everyone, welcome back to Royalty Soaps and the second video in the Secret Soap series. If you haven't watched the first one, go watch the first one. This is what the thumbnail looks like. You can find it in the little link that I have down below. I'll leave you guys the playlist for easy access. Let me just say, this t-shirt and that background have absolutely nothing to do with the Secret Soap series. Kind of forgot to tell you guys about that in the first video, but I'm double, triple, like quadruple clarifying right now. This is just because it's autumn, okay? It is not because it has anything to do with it. This shirt, albeit adorable, which I will leave you guys a link down below because please. Also, I recently discovered, this is unrelated, but maybe you want to know, an incredible company, okay? I discovered it at the beginning of summer, and these pieces have held up so much. These rings are from a company called 𝘊𝘰𝘢𝑗𝑒𝑤𝑒𝑙, and I am obsessed with this company. They pretty much give anyone who wants to sign up for a referral code. So if you're looking for some really inexpensive jewelry, I'm talking anywhere between like $8 to like $15, I will leave you guys a link for that down below because absolutely obsessed, can't get enough of it. And let's make our secret soap number 2. Are y'all ready for today's soap? I know I am. It's a variation of something I have already done before. And that's all I'm gonna tell you because I feel like it's gonna become obvious and talking about it is just gonna give it straight away. Let's blend this up. Gorgeous. Oh man, everything is behaving so well today. Gonna pour out just a tiddly bit. I have been dreaming about doing the soap for so long. Here's our first accent color. This is what it looks like. Here's our second accent color. Pour that right in. This one's always a little bit thicker than the others. That second accent also has a little bit of that. And then our final color. It looks like this. I think I may lighten this one just a little bit. Okay, I think that's gonna put us a little closer to where I need it to be. There we go. That's perfect. Here's our fragrance oil. It smells, oh my gosh, it smells incredible. All right, we're gonna blend these up real quick. I will be using this fragrance oil again. I cannot say enough good things about it. Well, I mean, technically right now I can't say anything about it. But for those of y'all who have never watched a secret soap series before, I reveal all of the inspiration and all of the fragrances in the final video. So you will get to find out what it is eventually. Pour this one on this side, and I'm pouring everything in because this is a frosted soap, so you're not going to see the top anyway. No need to make pretty designs. Here come the brambleberry molds. My favorite molds ever. Oh my gosh, I've been using them for, I don't know, 8 years or so. The first time that I could afford a brambleberry mold, I bought them. All right, we're gonna start by pouring our batter in just a little at a time. Our lighter color is setting up faster than our other colors. That's okay. It's not going to make a big difference for the final design. That is another reason that I'm pouring this the way that I am. Everything was very strategic with this. I know there have been a lot of people who are like, OMG, you do the exact same design every time. But remember, I have to make a lot of these. And then number 2, sometimes that's a very strategic choice. Okay, that looks beautiful. I'm gonna tap it down just a little bit, and then we're going to add these, okay? These are cold process soap columns. They are made with a silicone mold. It's just a column of soap. So this is going to create a design that goes all the way through the bar. Gonna set that right in here. I am working rather quickly because they are cold process. They will have a better chance of binding to my cold process soap that I'm pouring in. I have had a problem with melt and pour in the past. It wasn't a huge deal, but it was big enough that it ended up causing trouble. Just gonna use my spatula to tap this down, fill in all the cracks wax, and I will have some left over. I need to shrink the size of the batch next time, but I kind of forgot to do that. I forgot that there were columns in this whenever I was getting everything ready. Okay, shake, shake, shake. Okay, I'm about to do something very unsatisfying. The rest of this I'm going to put into a mold off to the side. All right, now for the unsatisfying. I mean, at least I feel like it's unsatisfying because everything eventually will be pushed off the sides of our mold, but it's flattening the top with a ruler. Typically I use a paint scraper, but it's in the wash right now, and then making everything level. So as you can see, as I was pushing down, there were some areas where there's like a little hole or something, so I just go in and fill it again. There we go, just like that. I mean, I hate that it looks so messy, but I'll clean up the sides in a second. Lots of people have asked me to like do more sculpted layer soaps, and having to clean up layers and then not getting to use all those colors, like just setting them off in a batch to the side, is just not my cup of tea. Like, I love to make batches in exactly the right size, so having to create like a whole layer and then getting rid of like 90% of it so you can have a bird I just hate doing that. For most people, that soap ends up going into like an overflow mold or something so that they can use it later, use it as confetti, but like the process of it, I just can't get behind. Like, I just don't like it. Okay, now for this side, which is seems like I did a lot smoother job on this side. Oh, I just can't stand that. Okay, finally done. I'm sorry I got just a little bit strange about cleaning up these edges. I am not going to tell you how long that took me, but it's finally to the point where I think I can live with it. Alrighty, let's mix up that soap frosting. All right, we're back at it. Woohoo! I used some of the same colors for this frosting. I'm obsessed. It looks so good. And y'all know I always put things on crooked, so I'm gonna do this first layer and then I'm gonna turn them so that I don't make it crooked this time. This one's a more important one. I can't really get this one crooked. The embeds are just too specific for that. And blah, 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 blah. I have been soap making so fast recently. I'm not sure if it's because I had a little more practice because I made all the frosted soaps for our party era bundles. Like, I made all of them. We sold 100 bundles, okay? And like, I was dying by the end of that day. It's the most soap I've ever made in my life. I made 32 loaves in a day and prepped them. So like, this is a loaf of soap. So like, that times 32. It literally took like 15 hours, I think. Me wonders why my cortisol is absolutely trashed. Also me, makes 32 loaves of soap in one day. All right, I'm going to sprinkle a little bit of something here on the sides, mainly focusing on the outside because that's what is going to be visible whenever the soap is cut. Then let's turn these so that I get them straight. They also don't need a really big topper on them. You know, I normally do a 3-2-1. On this one, I'm barely gonna put that last one on there because we really don't need it. Okay, now I'm just gonna fill in that middle area with just a teeny tiny little bit. Okay, perfect. Gonna put some more of this down the sides. It does blend in just a little bit, but there is enough of a difference so that you can tell it's sparkly, which is what I wanted. Perfect. Okay. Here is my custom glitter blend for this soap. Just gonna sprinkle that on top. We're not gonna do too much, just enough for every single bar to get a little. All right, let's put on some embeds. This is what they look like. You do have to watch how you put these in because they are side specific. And I do have to be very careful because they are easily broken if I don't add them in exactly exactly the right spot. So this is going to take a little while. There are a certain group of people that are going to go absolutely feral for this design. I already know it. And I have to put these final soaps here on the end in backwards so that when we cut them, they're getting the right placement for the embed on the inside. I hope you guys, wherever you are enjoying some cooler weather. I know so many people have started school again recently. Starting school in the States is such a huge to-do. I don't know if other countries make as big a deal about it as we do, but all of our stores have all the back to school goodies. There's a lot of like customizable experiences. Like I recently found myself on teacher TikTok, which is hilarious because I homeschool my kids, so there was no reason for me to be there. And they were showing like all the different ways they customize their classrooms. And I was like, you know what? I doubt that's a universal experience. I bet that's a very American thing to do. And it's so interesting to see how certain things change throughout the years, because the way classrooms look now is like completely different from how they looked whenever I was a kid. Whenever I was a kid, there were lots of primary colors. The fonts were like Times New Roman, you know, it's like this extremely like super simple font. And nowadays it seems like a lot of the fonts are very scripty. They kind of have like a Ray Dunn feeling to them, even though they may not be that exact font. And a lot of the decorating is like neutrals. So it's just kind of bizarre to see how certain things change. And I always wonder, like, do the kids have a preference, or are they just like, well, this is just how school is. I don't know anything else. I mean, I didn't have a preference. That's just the only thing I knew about school was, you know, rainbow colors. I mean, we didn't question our parents, you know, Tuscan era in their interior decorating either, okay? We just rolled with it. I miss that era. I really do. It's not my style at all, but I kind of miss when everyone's homes were just a hodgepodge of whatever they could get at their local furniture store. It wasn't very curated for the most part. Like, maybe they would have a color scheme, maybe. There was a coziness that went with that I really appreciate. I'm over the chicken thing though. Okay, my mom has done rooster and chicken decorating for forever. She has dialed it back a little bit, but oh my gosh, everyone just had like chickens and roosters. I don't know what the obsession was. And I'm talking suburban housewives. They didn't raise no chickens. All right, we're done. Here's our little soapy soaps up close. I am gonna go through, and if the little embeds look slightly off kilter, I am gonna change them so that they're not leaning one direction. Again, this is something that it's kind of hard to nail whenever you're doing it from a certain angle. You kind of have to turn it around and make sure you look at it from all sides. All right, everybody looks even now. I'm so excited to cut them tomorrow. I'll see you guys in 18 to 24 hours. All right, here's our soap the next day. Now, I learned my lesson, okay? This fragrance oil, it's a mover. So that's why we have all these little holes in the sides. Future batches won't have that, but I do have to make that disclaimer that that is why that exists. Take one of these bars out of the middle, and this is what our soap looks like on the inside. Now, let me tell you some changes for future batches. Number one, the colors surrounding this embed are going to be darker because we're going to be downsizing the batch. I know the camera makes things look a little bit different, but in real life, there is a noticeable difference between these two colors. Now, this soap has a stamp. I'm not going to show you what it is per usual. You're gonna have to wait and see until the end of the series, but this is the bar. Do you guys have a guess? Leave it down in the comments below for me and we can see how close you guys are, and quite frankly, if anybody has guessed the theme. Okay, admittedly, I feel like it's a little more specific than ordinarily I would have a secret soap be. Normally, whenever we do 5 to 6 soaps per series, I can be a lot more vague with certain things, but because we only have 4 this time, we're gonna start like increasing the obvious nature of the designs. I'm kind of feeling like number 3 might be a dead giveaway, but I don't know. Maybe you still won't know. Anyway, love having you here. Follow me on TikTok, Instagram, get on my email list. You guys are gonna love number 3. I'm gonna be honest. You're gonna love it. It's gonna be great. So I will see you guys then. Be sure you do something fun for yourself today. Like, let me just absolutely stress my brain because I cannot think of anything. How about going to a movie that you may not even like just for humor's sake? How about that? I recently went and saw Oppenheimer by myself. Admittedly, that was a bit of a depressing jaunt, but I got some really good snackies. I felt very introspective. I thought and thought and thought all the way home. So that was kind of out of my comfort zone for me. And honestly, it was kind of a vibe. So maybe you want to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Maybe that's what you need to do for yourself today. But, I don't really care. Just, think about it. Be purposeful about it. And I will see you guys in the next video. So until then, bye for now.